We're here at the Jeremic Adventist Academy on the grounds of the Seventh-day Adventist Church here in Kibera, here in the city of Nairobi. And I have here with me today Brother John, who is the principal of this school. Would you tell us just a little bit about your school, some of the opportunities and challenges that you face here, and also how you are reaching out in our community here?
Jeremic was started in 1994. Preschool, that is kindergarten, and then primary school. Right here, this was the old church, which was built by the Kibera people around here, Kibera slums. And then the young people started their classes here. Then later, in 2007, we started the secondary section. At the moment, the school is quite small. It has 137 pupils in the primary section, and in the secondary section, we have 50 students. We have some challenges. Mainly the pupils who come to school here come from the slums. Yes. And we have to charge fees, and it's not very easy for them to pay because they have also to deal with issues of food and clothing and education, and therefore it has not been very easy for them. So those are some of the challenges, to charge fees when these people already cannot be able to afford. For them to get quality education, we will need to pay also the teachers. So one of the problems again is paying our workers something that can support them. Yes. And therefore it has been very difficult. And getting food. In the past we have been getting food from the World Food Program. But at the moment the program ended, we don't get. So we have to dig deep into our pockets and get a little from our children. But if we could be having food and maybe support in terms of salaries for our workers, then we could lower the fees so that they just pay a small amount.
So there could be more students coming even?
Of course,
okay.
Definitely. There are few schools sponsored by church organizations and non-government organizations, and these have many because they pay as little as 200 shillings per month. That is around $2.25. But we pay much more because we have to sustain them and sustain the school.
So what is the charge for a primary student here?
The primary students pay up to 15,000 per year, which is a lot. It's much more than 1,000 per month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that secondary school?
The secondary is paying 28,000 per year. And many of the kids, as we have said, come from the slums. We are trying to bring them. Not all of them are Adventists. In fact, majority, especially in the secondary, are not. We're reaching them through education. Pastor is helping our programs like Discovery Series. They study that. We don't preach usually direct to them, but through such methods and singing groups, we are able to communicate to them the message.
Well, that's wonderful, though. It's really a mission school in a real sense, isn't it?
It is.
And in many ways. Now, how many teachers do you have on staff?
In the primary section, we have 8 teachers. And then we have in the secondary, we have 6. And then we have some 7 support staff.
Now, what about supplies like books and library and so on like that? Are these also needs that you have?
These are needs we have. We actually have very little. We don't have a lot of textbooks and exercise books. We buy a few from what we get. Others are supplemented by the parents.
Okay.
Yes.
And then each of the children, they need to to come dressed in a uniform then?
Yeah, they also need to buy uniform. Yes. Because normally the parents like their children to look presentable, to look like pupils. And therefore that also is a cost.
Yes.
Some are not able to. As you can see, some are not able to get the right uniform because it's also expensive, because it has to be new. You cannot buy it second hand. Our experience is that when you teach them, they plant churches very far. But because they will go away from here and go to various places of the country. Yes. When they grow up. And that is where we can get small groups starting, yes. Especially those who are very committed. So this education is one way of making sure we reach people who we may not even go directly to preach to.
Now, would we have an opportunity just to look in some of the classrooms before while we're here? Could you show us?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
May we?
Because you have paid in time, because you have paid at the stage of time.
We can see there's a little repair that could be beneficial here, replacing some of these, but finances are a big problem. They just don't have the resources to be able to even replace the glass like this. So each of us can make a difference if we can get involved in some way.
The work is great. It requires dedication and commitment and support. We request our friends to come and help us, to come and worship with us, to come and see what we are doing here on the ground. We minister to many souls, and we want to make this place a place of hope for all people in Kibera.
You know, I can't help but think that if Jesus was here in person, that Kibera slum would be the place where he would be spending a lot of time. You know, there's such opportunities here for ministry, making a difference for God's kingdom. Here are people that are everyone precious to Jesus. He died for everyone. And he's looking to us to somehow make an impact here in this community in even a greater way. These 9 churches are already making a tremendous impact. But think of what else could be done in terms of making a difference, helping people to be able to find useful work and employment, to learn parenting skills, to learn about how they can really make a difference in their community here. Even learning how to dispose of the trash and to find ways of being able to have more sanitary conditions. You know, God wants to make a very practical difference in our lives, and this is our opportunity for young and old to become involved.